Doug and Antoinette, good morning. A big win for Special Prosecutor Hank Brennan on Friday. He was able to convince Judge Beverly Kearney to allow testimony from an expert witness whose report accounts for several crucial seconds in the hours before John O'Keefe's death.
And I'd ask you please to draw your attention to the education section.
Moral authority, he surrendered today, okay? You just called a fraud as a witness and you knew it. Okay, you knew he was a fraud and you called him anyway because you didn't even ask him about it. And you better damn well believe on summation, they're going to point that out, that did not come out in direct at all.
Every time this guy ever testifies in the future, if it ever happens again, and it's kind of sad, he's testified in like 4 or 5 different states. He's worked at this company for 10 years. This is really the only time this has come up. I find just mind-boggling.
So digital forensics is kind of a broad field, but I do specialize in vehicle forensics and cell phone forensics.
That guy, if he's married, is getting on the phone with his wife. He's like, my fucking career is over. Because it is. Like, you don't have to be a genius to predict that this guy's career is over. And Aperture is in deep, deep doo-doo.
Shannon's done. His career is destroyed. Whatever. Not that I give a shit about this guy's career. And honestly, he deserves it. He deserves it. Anybody who signed up to participate in this farce, this lynching of an innocent woman, deserves to burn in eternal hell. Okay. Yeah, he might have seemed swell up there. He might have seemed like a nice guy, naive guy who got no. He signed up for this shit. He signed up for this. He knew what a big case this was. He wanted to make some money. That's all this is about for him. Money. Getting paid probably $400 or $500 an hour to get up there and lie and put an innocent woman in jail for the rest of her life. Good. I hope he's miserable tonight. I hope that, if I were him, honestly, after today, how do you even show up tomorrow? How do you even show up tomorrow? What fucking humiliation.
At issue here is data from Karen Reed's SUV showing a triggering event at 12:31 and 38 seconds. The prosecution says that corresponds to a collision. O'Keefe's phone data shows he manually locked the phone about 30 seconds later at 12:32:09, which would be impossible if he had just been hit and rendered unconscious. The prosecution says its expert has determined that O'Keefe's phone was running 21 to 29 seconds ahead. So when you subtract the time difference, the two events line up. The defense argued the prosecution is changing its story and pulling the rug out from underneath the defense strategy halfway through the trial.
Every second in the timeline here counts. That is the entire crux of the prosecution's case. And they're just allowed to change it mid-trial after Jennifer McCabe and other percipient witnesses have testified. This is insane. This is outrageous. You should be outraged. I am outraged.
And just pursuing. I mean, there's train wrecks and then there's, slow motion train wrecks where you can see going over the cliff and the whole thing goes down. I mean, it's.
You certainly don't misrepresent your academic credentials, particularly when you're an expert. I'll start with that. And I don't know where to go from there. It's just what this state is doing, this persecution of Karen Reed and this collection of actors, witnesses, is just disgraceful. Disgraceful. I'm going to call upon Michael Morrissey to stop this charade. Do the honorable thing. Because of what we've seen in this courtroom over the last 4+ weeks now. This is an expert witness today. Have a good night, everybody. Yep.
What was supposed to be a really big day, but they're putting on, by all accounts, their star witness. I mean, this is the timeline guy. And he got absolutely flame thrown.
Yes, that appears to be correct.
This dude's hair is shaped like a yarmulke, and now I can't unsee that. Why? Look at it. Look at his hair.
Yes, that appears to be correct.
Hire this guy And I can't believe I'm saying this, but I no longer think Trooper Paul is the worst expert witness I've ever seen. It's this guy, because this guy is lying. Okay. This guy is deliberately dishonest. This guy appears to be in great regard incompetent in terms of, measurements that in your field he ought to know. This guy also tried to explain, well, there's just mistakes in my resume. There's this. And I'm not sure how that helps him, because if you even take him at face value and say, okay, you're not dishonest, then you are shockingly lazy, incompetent, careless. None of these are good traits for an expert.
Oh, not even a contest. Joe Paul. Like Joe Paul's sitting at home right now and saying, miss me, bitches. Like, he was better. And he was horrible. And he was better. Because like he at least came across as like, at least he didn't lie about his degree. He admitted he went to community college. And at the end of the day, as ridiculous as Joseph Paul was, he still convinced some people that Karen Reed was hit by a car, apparently. This guy today is just like, oh, horrible.
She's like, oh my God. Hank fucked it. Hank just fucked the whole thing. Not looking into this guy's background and education. Jesus.
At this point, what do y'all think so far about this guy, Shannon, man? This is brutal.
Your constitutional rights in Massachusetts have all but evaporated. There are none. There are none. This will never be a fair trial. And that was the perfect example of why.
Yeah, my reaction is that Attorney Brennan represented to this court and to us just last week that he was surprised to get a report on May 8th. That was only shared with us on May 11th. And now we find out from this witness that Attorney Brennan knew this report was coming the whole time. That's the definition of an ambush. That's what just happened.
What do you think of his?
Yeah, what do you think of his timeline?
What about the?
And Hank Brennan knew that this was coming. That's why he didn't ask him about his education and his opening questions. Like the first thing he asks everyone is, where'd you go to school? What'd you do? What's your highest degree? Blah, blah, blah.
Because he tried to clean up some of it indirect, the bites and bits and all that stuff, not the academic stuff. He left that out, hoping maybe the defense wouldn't know about it. Who knows?
You gotta wait. Just wait. Wait till cross. Let's watch the cross and then we'll evaluate it.
The complete implosion on cross-examination of the Commonwealth's witness from Aperture, I don't think is me being hyperbolic or overstating it.
Well, what do I think about him saying that? I think he's full of shit.
So what exactly is, and unless he didn't beat a dead horse, but like what exactly was 2016 to 18? Because it almost sounds like those are the years I was in college at UAB.
And it just continued to roll downhill from there.
Brother, I don't know what to tell you. It's dead wrong. Right? Just eat it. Like this just makes me feel like he doesn't even care. Like he doesn't even care. He's like, yeah, that's wrong on there. So what? It's like, what?
What the fuck is this company? What is this company? Where were they in the first trial?
This is a miscarriage of justice. How much? I can't. I just can't. It is sickening. I am ill.
Tully is not a buffer. I mean, if you're suggesting it's like, the family had a lot of buffers, right, Senator? A buffer, right? The family had a lot of buffers.
Was there always a buffer involved? There's someone in between you and your possible superiors who gave the actual order.
Right, yeah, buffer. The family had a lot of buffers.
Mr. Chichi, you may find this very amusing, but I promise you the members of this committee do not.
Godfather 2 for some of you, not all of you apparently, but
and it makes you wonder, what about all these other experts? Like who the fuck is Jessica Hyde? Who the fuck is she with her? I'm sorry. But I apologize for nothing. You want to be taken seriously? Don't dress like the fucking Taliban. You know what I mean? Like sorry. Looks matter. I'm sorry. Like the way you present yourself matters. When you're a Valley basic white girl wearing a fucking you know, dressing like you're goddamn Bin Laden. No, I'm sorry. You don't expect to be treated seriously as a professional. Like, sorry, what you wear to work matters. It does.
Reporting live this morning at Norfolk Superior Court in Dedham, Todd Kiskevich, WCVB.